7:32, and we'll begin this half hour with the man at the center of the political firestorm surrounding the 2016 presidential election, former FBI Director James Comey. Hillary Clinton, of course, blamed him for partially costing her the White House. The FBI opened the Russia investigation under his watch, and the president fired him. Well, now he's out with a new book. It's called A Higher Loyalty, and his comments this week challenging the president's credibility has landed him right back into the middle of the storm. So, Director Comey, good morning. It's good to have you with us.
Great to be with you.
Is it liberating to have your book out there and be talking about it? Is it painful, cathartic? What's your one-word answer on that one?
Terrifying.
Really?
Just because of all the attention to it. I don't crave that. It's hard for me to hide because I'm a giraffe, and so it's a little freaky.
Yeah. You are shorter in person, I did have to say. You know, I don't want to be an armchair psychologist, but I've read the book, I've been watching your interviews. It still seems raw. It feels like you might have some scores to settle, you know, that you might have a little bit of anger left over and a little bit of bitterness. Would you plead guilty to all that?
Yeah, I wouldn't actually. I would take that one to trial because I think it is raw in the sense that I find it really painful to relive. Reading that book, doing the audiobook left me physically drained, but I really don't feel a sense of anger. I'm very worried, actually, which is why I'm doing something I don't love, which is talking about it and writing about it, but not anger.
There's been a lot of reactions to the book so far. Some of the most widely cited parts have to do with your description and words about President Trump. I mean, including calling his skin orange and saying his looked like he had tanning goggles. And, you know, some people said that was kind of, for lack of a better word, that was a little catty. Did you enjoy taking those shots at the president?
No, I didn't think of them as shots, and I still don't.
Really?
Well, you've read the book.
Yeah.
You see the description I give of my high school boss in the grocery store. I'm trying to be an author, something I've never been before, and bring the reader into that scene and describe in great detail what I'm seeing. And so I'm not trying to pick on President Trump or my boss from high school.
Yeah, but you're talking about his hair, stuff like that. I mean, I guess some people are saying, wait a minute, James Comey, you just got into the gutter with President Trump, who, you know, is known for his name calling. He's called you a slime ball and a nut job and any number of things. Did you stoop?
I really don't think so. Again, maybe I'm missing it, but I think I'm describing what his hair looks like. In my head, the editor's voice kept bouncing around saying, take the reader with you, take the reader with you. What did you see? What were your impressions?
You don't think you've diminished yourself?
I hope not. And I hope when people read the book, they may have a different view of it than some of the quick hits they've been hearing about.
You have really made some pretty strong assertions against the president. You said he's morally unfit. You said he lies almost constantly. You are the star witness, perhaps, in former Director Mueller's investigation into obstruction of justice. Your testimony against President Trump's testimony. Are you concerned that you've made that prosecution tougher? Because you've now been out there and you've demonstrated that you do have a bias against the president.
Yeah, that was going to be pretty obvious to begin with. He fired me. But from a prosecutor's perspective, my testimony has been locked in since I testified under oath, frankly, since I wrote the memos when the events happened.